Lynx is sliding.
Yeah, from Sevilla to Vegas, the wheels don't sleep. Michael Bolden in motion. The guys play deep. 3 riders.
Welcome to the Zen Zone. Zen Lee here on the Inmotion P6. My first time riding this wheel, which is probably, arguably, the best wheel ever made, especially by Inmotion. I have never seen so much hype for any wheel. And partly that's because Inmotion has done the best marketing campaign testing cycle that I have ever seen in EUC history. I feel like any wheel should have some sort of similar amount of attention and hype with, flying out Americans to test it in China, or, just having it well tested before it comes into the hands of the consumer. And that's where we're at. The Inmotion P6 has been launched. The price, $5,000, which for this piece of kit is quite the steal. $5,000. I don't know. It is quite expensive. It's on the high end of EUCs, but you're getting a high budget EUC. This is one of the most expensive EUCs, but for good reason. 235 volts, the highest voltage system ever in EUC history. Inmotion has done a fantastic job, guys. I tried this wheel. I loved it. I didn't get it, that long of a time on it. The suspension felt amazing. Probably some of the best suspension I've felt. The ergonomics overall felt pretty good. It really reminded me of the Sherman L, kind of a Sherman L with way more specs. Maybe not only 200 watt hour more battery, but the voltage and the motor power. You got that Raptor controller. It's just insane. This is a piece of kit. I'm not sure how well it's going to sell. I would like to buy one. The $5,000 price tag is a bit too much. I am curious to see the rebuttal from other EUC companies. I already see that Begode is working on a 252 volt wheel, so we'll have to wait and see on that. But I've recently raced their 210 volt wheel, and many others raced it as well at Apple Valley, and we were getting crushed by Lynxes and other wheels, whereas the P6 did not get crushed by any wheel. Surprisingly, the Lynx was keeping up with the P6s, which blew my mind to see a Lynx chomping at the heels of these P6s. And Mario on his P6, his best time was 108, which crushed all the Eskate's time. So EUC is now faster than Eskate, and Eskate is like scrambling to figure out how to get back their dominance. They used to be the dominant ones at Apple Valley, but now it's the EUC riders. I talked to one Eskate rider, and he said they're going to move to bigger tires, maybe use some karting tires. I'm not sure how that'll work out. For now, EUC is the king of Apple Valley. We are dominating, and the P6 is the one that took us there. But for reference, Mario, the guys that got top 6 on these P6s or top 5, those guys would have been the guys that got top 5 without the P6s. So Mario on the P6, his best time 108, and then if you take him to 134 volt Master 4, he was getting a 110. So from a 134 volt Master V4, he was getting a 110 to a P6 108. He's only improved 2 seconds with this big bad machine. Tons of time to practice. They really put in a lot of time practicing with these machines. So if you're rushing to buy it, maybe put things in context. It's only 2 seconds faster than an old 134 volt Master V4. So for the price, it's really expensive. I mean, it's an expensive wheel, but it's worth every penny. I would love to have this wheel, but yeah, again, I want to kind of wait to see what the rebuttals are from other companies. That, man, for racing, I really feel like we need a Lynx 2.0, because that Lynx was just chomping at the heels of these P6s, and all the Lynx really needs is more power, more top speed, and a bigger tire, and maybe a little bit bigger of a battery. And then I think it would be the best racing wheel. Take a look at this clip again. The lead 4 P6 riders coming in, their final lap, Pro Division, then another P6, and a Lynx, hot on their heels. If any of them made any sort of mistake, that Lynx would have capitalized. It would have been there to capitalize. Cue looking amazing on a Lynx. I don't even think it was a modified Lynx. If he had a 90/90 tire, it would be advantageous. I don't know that he did. I think he may have been rocking an 80/90 tire, and he was keeping up with the P6's 151 volt wheel, keeping up with the 235 volt wheel. Insane riding skills. Q, man, you were doing amazing on a Lynx. Mad shout out. But for now, guys, the P6 is king.
Yeah.
Super excited to see.
Good job with the P6. Fucking amazing.
Ride this wheel more. It is a wheel I might look to buy, but for now, I'm quite happy with my wheels. And there aren't, other than TEF 1, there aren't any other races coming up, so it's not enough time to practice with the P6 or even get one. But they are available now on the Inmotion store. I have an affiliate link if you want to get one. I can't recommend it enough. I feel like this has been the best launch of any wheel in EUC history, and I really want you to try it. But if you don't have time to try it and you just want to buy it, I think you're going to be fine, man. Inmotion's doing good with their warranties. They have really made some new hires, and these new hires are just pushing Inmotion to new levels, and Inmotion is bringing us to new levels, giving us the tech we need to reach the next level. The P6 able to hit, over 80 miles per hour. No other EUC can do that. So, man, I love this EUC. I hope you guys love it too. Inmotion, you deserve many, many sales. Thank you for blowing up the racing scene, for sponsoring TEF 1. It'll be cool to see. The P6 does have one more final boss. It pretty much crushed at Apple Valley. But now, going to TEF 1, there's going to be a few more racers there that are higher level that may put the P6 to shame. We will see. As of right now, it's hard to bet against the P6. But Sho and Kevin Zavala from Alien Rides, well, Sho's not on Alien Rides anymore. I think they'll be on the Begode race, so they'll be our best hope of seeing if the Begode race can compete. For me, on the Begode race, I was not competitive. Scraping pedals. The torque was amazing. I love the Begode race. But the Begode race is half the price almost of the P6. It's a budget racing wheel versus the P6 is a high budget racing wheel. These are my initial thoughts on the P6. Wanted to keep this short. Show you guys some awesome footage of this wheel. These guys, man, watching the P6 fly by me on the track, it felt like an adult machine. It felt like a quality piece of EUC. Like, it just feels like a real vehicle, not like a toy. And the handle, that was my favorite part of the P6, was the handle. Very ergonomic, easy to grab, easy to manipulate with the handle, similar to the Oryx. I absolutely love this machine. Hope you guys enjoyed this shorter video, and until next time, stay in the Zen Zone.